Great to see everybody. We are in Engagement 3.0 season, which means we are doing a bunch of ECIP webinars, helping you through this new phase of ECIP. We're super excited to go over what's new and what's next in this new series offered by ECIP. Today we are recording this session. So as always, if you or your coworker weren't able to attend, you will get this in your inbox in the next couple of days. If you need to refer back to it, it'll come up in your inbox in the next couple of days, and it will live on our YouTube channel and on Lab Hub Live, which is our video compository on our ECIP website. Today, I would like to welcome Deanna Monroe, who is our technical project manager here at EFI, who handles all things ECIP. If you've ever had a support ticket, or you've ever had a question, or you've ever watched a webinar, or you've ever watched a tutorial video, you've seen Deanna's face as well as mine. So Deanna, welcome to today's webinar. Thanks for joining me as we kind of dive into the hot button topics, for lack of a better word, with this engagement cycle, with the leadership circle criteria and IFPA right around the corner. I'm excited to dig into what's new and what's next with ECIP. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Welcome, everyone.
And one other thing I forgot to mention before we officially get into the slides and the content of today is, as always, Alexandra from my team is here to help with any tech support. So if you need something, you'll see her in the chat. We have a couple of links and resources that she'll be popping in. So she's our go-to for all things tech, links, and other support. If you need her, she's there. All right, let's quickly go over some key dates. We only have 30 minutes today, so we kind of need to be a little quick and dirty here. So July 22nd, Engagement 3.0 released. We had a webinar and the platform officially launched this new engagement cycle. On that exact same day, on July 22nd, the buyer dashboard was temporarily frozen. And Diana's really going to dig into what that looks like a little bit later. So we are right here, kind of in that middle section between the buyer dashboard being frozen and it being reopened with the new engagement criteria and the supplier data visible to the retailers. So we're right there in the middle. And then on September 15th in the future is when that buyer dashboard will reopen. And then on October 1st is we have our 2027 Leadership Circle recognition deadline. So that's the deadline if you want to come to our Leadership Circle recognition event at IFPA at the Global Show. That's your deadline to get in. All right, so that's where we are. We are in between the 22nd and the 15th as we're getting to know the platform, we're getting to know Engagement 3.0, and we're looking forward to the fall where we get to see you all. All right, so Deanna, I have a few questions for you, some kind of common things that we've seen so far in the platform. So I'd love to get into that. I think you have a slide about this one, maybe slide 3, Alexandra, if we could get into it. Could you kind of hit the major updates? We have some universal updates across both grower and suppliers, and just what that looks like as far as like a user experience.
Yeah, definitely. So we've updated the user experience for our suppliers and our growers. So now in the assessment channel, we've fixed it so that it's not so jumpy and that the page is stable as you click through. Now, as you respond and you pick one of the 5 choices, the page automatically moves on to the next question. So you don't have to keep scrolling down and hitting continue. Just a little user experience update there. Our pie charts now, our pie charts that break down how you responded per question per management system. We now added some easy to read legends that will show you how many times you answered in that way, and then the percentage of times that you answered in that specific response. And that's for responses for you as a supplier and your responses for you as a grower. We've added at the top right-hand corner of the page and the platform, we're calling it our floating engagement profile icon. It not only shows you how many stars you've earned and how many you've yet to earn, but you can click it and it'll bring you directly to the How to Earn Your Stars engagement page. So it'll follow you across all of the pages and the platform, and then you can click it from any of those pages to easily and quickly get you to that page to help you understand how to earn your stars and to see which stars you've earned. Staying on that engagement page, we've also made the sections expandable and contractible to kind of save space on that page and prevent you from scrolling around and clicking around. We've made that experience smoother and easier for you all so you can expand and contract those sections as you earn, as you learn about those engagement stars. And then lastly, there's a huge document upload component to Engagement 3.0. So that's for our suppliers and for our growers. Both suppliers and growers via the Learning Channel star have to upload a continuous improvement action plan. For growers, in addition to that Learning Channel star, if you do not work with FLCs, you'll have to upload one of three documents that we linked on the platform and provided for you. So that's a huge improvement, a huge update. And we want to make sure everyone is clear that that information we hold sacred, and we know that information is private to you all, and we encourage everyone to engage credibly. So that information is private to you and your organization. It's completely secure. Once you upload it, it's completely secure. If anything, that data could be aggregated and used that way, but individual data will never be shared with anyone outside of your organization by EFI.
Thank you, Deanna. And this is a little bit of an overview or a review rather, if you attended the webinar that we held on July 22nd. So Alexandra's going to pop that link to that webinar recording. So if you want more in-depth, Deanna gets into the actual platform. We just didn't want to repeat too much if you went to that webinar. So feel free to go back and reference that. Um, thank you for that overview, Deanna. So we have three questions that have come up so far in launch, and we just want to chat through them with you. And as needed, you can pull up your screen and you can screen share and you can explain them to me. But I have a question, or they have a question, and I am their conduit to you. Growers and suppliers are seeing like a 0% or no data after the July 22nd reset. Does that mean they lost work? What does that mean?
No, so that means that's a really good question. So that means that that data has been archived. So
Okay.
every year, we have a different iteration of ECIP. We call them engagement cycles. So
Right.
this year, Engagement 3.0, it launched July 22nd. And on that day, that Engagement 2.0 has been archived in the platform. So all of our users, suppliers, and growers and FLCs, they have access to that archive data in their company profile in the platform. So you're starting off fresh July 22nd. We've
Okay.
wiped all of your engagement stars and all of your assessment responses. If you're a grower, your commodity data and your geographical data has not been wiped. That information is still there. We encourage you to go in and update it as needed. And we understand that that's not a yearly thing. That's something that happens throughout the year. So that data isn't wiped. Your growers that you've invited, that data isn't wiped. If you're a supplier, it's mainly that updated data that we have updated for Engagement 3.0, like those document uploads, the new stars, how to re-engage. That data is archived, and then we're encouraging you to engage fresh, new on July 22nd.
Right. And that is what is fresh and new because it's the 29th. So it's fresh and new.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fresh, it's shiny. Okay. Another one is it's unclear whether existing certifications like the Gold Star and partner integrations like we have Stronger Together toolkit still count in 3.0. Can you kind of clarify what that question is and how we answer it?
Yeah, that's a really good follow-up question to the data wipe question. So, yeah, all of that data is wiped, but the gold star for the grower, it's the same as in Engagement 2.0.
Right.
So as long as you hold one of those 16 benchmark programs, which I believe Alexandra can link in the chat, you can earn that gold star. And you can also get that waived subscription fee, that $200 subscription fee. But just to be super clear, our engagement cycle is different than your subscription cycle. So you would still have free access if you uploaded your certificate in January. It would still be on that cycle, that validity cycle associated with the
Right.
certificate.
Because engagement cycle and dates separate and independent of certification or approved program cycle and dates. Right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
They don't exist together.
They don't exist.
Okay, great. And yeah, or Alexandra shared the how to earn stars link in the chat, so you can always reference that. That is updated with the current engagement 3.0 criteria on that page, so reference that as needed. Um, okay, supply chain engagement star. It's gated on the supply chain scope star. Despite their messaging around like you can do this star and these stars in any order. So I feel like I'm getting conflicting messages that you do have to do stars in order, but you don't. So what's going on?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question and a really important clarification. So there are supplier stars that are dependent on fields within the platform. So it's really important as a supplier that you input your supply chain number. Because if you do not input that supply chain number, your supply chain scope star, your supply chain engagement star, and then your ethical recruitment star, you can't earn those because those stars are calculated using your supply chain number. So you'll see throughout the language the word significant majority. That
Yeah.
significant majority is calculated based on the size of your supply chain. So to go back, there isn't a specific way that we're encouraging you to earn those stars, but we want to make it clear that you have to provide that supply chain number star, and then
Gotcha.
you can earn in whatever order that you want to.
So that star is dependent on information that you put in previously. So you have to put that information in, even though you could, in theory, do stars in whatever order. That one feeds off of itself or each other.
It does. And then a little caveat to that as well. That is one field that does not wipe out during the engagement cycle.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah,
Always good to have things that are current and not wiped out.
exactly.
Okay, great. And then Alexandra shared the House Suppliers Earn Stars page, which is up to date with the current engagement cycle data in the chat. Feel free to visit that, bookmark that page as needed. For me, as someone who is not a retailer, surprise, surprise, I work for EFI. Um, it's a little bit ambiguous to me on what the buyer dashboard looks like and how it's frozen and what does that mean and what are they seeing and all of those things. And one other thing before we dive into this. We have time for question and answers at the end. So if you have a question, pop it in the chat. I forgot to say that at the beginning. I always say that. Questions, pop them in the chat. We're going to have time to answer those. So please add those as needed. But back to what I was saying. Can you walk me through what the buyer dashboard is and what buyers are seeing right now in this frozen in time moment?
Yeah. So the buyer dashboard is the mechanism through which our retail partners are able to see their suppliers' engagement. So buyers aren't able to see granular grower data, but they can see aggregated grower data through the buyer dashboard via their suppliers. So at this moment right now, buyers can see the engagement 2.0 data that was frozen on July 22nd. So let me clear that up a little bit. So on July 22nd, Engagement 3.0 launched and the buyer dashboard froze. We have a snapshot of everyone's engagement and Engagement 2.0. We did this because we don't want the buyers to see 0 stars, zero engagement. It's not really useful. It's not helpful. It's not indicative of all of the hard work that you as a supplier have done over the year. So we freeze that data. The buyers are able to see that. They're able to draw conclusions and do what they need to do via the buyer dashboard that way. And then we're allowing our suppliers time to go into the platform post July 22nd up until September 15th to re-engage, to re-earn those stars, to have those conversations again with your growers. So your growers earn their stars because there are several stars that your growers earn that directly affect you as a supplier. So again, that data is frozen from engagement 2.0 that our buyers see currently. And then, yeah, we just want everyone to go back in and re-engage so that when the buyer dashboard is unfrozen, the buyers will see all that hard work and that re-engagement that you all have done. And what they'll see and what they currently see in the buyer dashboard is your supplier engagement profile, showing them which stars you've earned and which stars you've yet to earn. Going back to that supply chain number, they can see that number that you input. So for this example, this supplier has said that they have 16 growers in their supply chain, and 10 of those growers are currently participating, meaning 10 of those growers are subscribed to Grower Lab. And then we have a breakdown here in that middle column. It's showing the percentage of those suppliers who have growers that have completed the assessment at 100%. And then it's showing the percentage of that supplier's growers that are certified. And then if you hover over it, it'll give you a breakdown of the stars, of the stars that the grower has earned. And then that last column there is showing the growers in their supply chain, how many have earned at least 2 stars or are certified. And
Oh,
that's what
that's
they see
really
on the buyer dashboard.
That's a really helpful graphic. And this is in our Q&A on the ECIP website. You can always reference this graphic if you need it. So just feel free to visit that. This is publicly available, just FYI. So one really big thing, Alexandra, you can stop sharing because Dion and I want to chit chat. One big thing that we did this year is the supplier gold star is a little different. It's a little different. It's requiring something of growers. So can we dive into that? Can you just first off give me an overview of how suppliers earn the gold star, and then we'll kind of break it up a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. So this year, Engagement 3.0, suppliers earn their gold star when a significant majority of their growers in their supply chain have earned their ethical recruitment star. And
Okay.
I can go over the ethical recruitment star for the growers really quickly, so
Yeah.
that way suppliers know the lift that their growers will have to do. So the ethical recruitment star for our growers, we're asking if you work with FLCs. If you work with FLCs as a grower, we're asking that you invite them into FLC Lab.
Mhm.
FLC Lab is free for a year, thanks to the Walmart Foundation. And then those FLCs are connected to that grower, and then that grower earns the star, the ethical recruitment star. If you are a grower and you do not work with FLCs, you just check no. And then those 3 options that I mentioned at the top of the meeting, those 3 options, the employer pays principal continuous improvement action plan, we own that. We suggest you use that one. And we have the Stronger Together link, and then we have the Verite link. We're asking that you download one of those, complete it, completed credibly, engage and take your time. And then we're asking that you upload that document into the platform, and that's how you earn your ethical recruitment star as a grower. So you have those two
Okay.
paths to
Okay.
earn the star for the grower. Okay, so as a supplier,
Great.
again, a significant majority of your growers have to do that process for you to earn your center gold star.
Okay. And how does this affect growers who hold an approved program? Does it affect, because the gold star's always been like an approved program
Mhm.
thing, so walk me through how that's changed.
Really great question because there is a little bit of a change for our certified growers in the platform.
Okay.
So, as with Engagement 2.0, certified growers, you automatically get that Center Gold Star. You also get that waived fee, and you also show up as highly engaged on your supplier's grower dashboard.
Sure.
But if your supplier wants to earn that gold star, you as a certified grower need to also earn that ethical recruitment star. So certified growers will have that center gold star, and then
Yeah.
they'll also have that ethical recruitment star, which will help their supplier earn that gold star.
So this approved program holding growers need to go in and earn that additional star
They do.
for the suppliers to get their gold star, to get
They
all
do.
5 stars. So that's what's the big headline this year is certified growers no longer are just able to upload their certification information, but they also have to do something else for their suppliers to get that gold star. That's a big change. Can you kind of walk me through why that's important and why adding an additional step to those certified growers is important?
Yeah, we're raising it. We're making the program a little more rigorous, and this is all stemming from our advisory committee. Our advisory committee and our retail partners believe that ethical recruitment is really important, and we want to focus on that in Engagement 3.0. So we appreciate and we understand the work and the effort that our certified growers have already put in with those approved programs. But now we're taking it a step further. We're taking it a step deeper by asking them to engage and let us know their recruitment practices. It's coming from the top all the way down, the focus on ethical recruitment this year.
Okay, that's helpful context. And can you speak a little bit to how this affects the leadership circle criteria for this year? Because last year you had to have all 5 stars, all of those 4 green stars, and then that gold star too. But we aren't requiring the gold star this year, correct?
That's correct. So this year, our leadership circle criteria, like you said, is the four perimeter green stars. We're doing this. We're not including the gold star this year because we understand the lift and how
Right.
big of a change this is. And we understand it's going to take a little bit of time for suppliers to engage their growers and help walk them through how to earn that ethical recruitment star. We still want you to get that center gold star, but we understand how big of a lift and how much of a commitment and investment that is for your growers to earn that star. So this year, it's the four perimeter green stars that will get you into the leadership circle.
Awesome. The four perimeter green stars. Oh yeah, we have a slide here. So two things. The upper right-hand corner QR code takes you to the we have like a little podcast and a little bit more information on what those four perimeter stars are and what that means to getting to the leadership circle. And then on the left, we have the 2027 Leadership Circle celebration. This is the save the date. Remember, you will only get an invite to this celebration with our retail partners if you have all four green stars by October 1. So that's critical. You can save the date, but you will not be getting that invite unless you have all four green stars by October 1st. So do what you need to do. Reach out to us. We are here to support what that looks like for you. But again, that gold star is not required to be in the leadership circle and get that invite, just the four. Um, Great. We already need to hop into Q&A. So let's get those popping and going because it's that time already. 30-minute webinars go so fast.
So
All right, we
fast.
have a couple in here. Let's get going. Are there instructions that we can provide our growers or FLCs to educate the FLCs what this will entail? Can a supplier invite an FLC directly from our account?
That's a great question. So we have a lot of information and instructions on our website, and maybe Alexandra can link some stuff. Yeah, there's definitely some instructions that'll help your growers understand what is an FLC, which FLCs qualify. To answer the second part of your question, no, suppliers cannot directly invite FLCs. Only growers can invite FLCs, and only FLCs can be connected to growers in the platform.
Only growers can invite FLCs. That
Yes.
makes sense. Okay. Next one. Are we expected to put, oh, Alexandra, can you put the FLC landing page? We have like a FLC page on the website. It might have gotten hidden in the world. So if that could just be popped in there, thank you so much. Um, are we expected to put in the supply chain number for the participating buyers only?
No. You're expected to put your complete supply chain number in the supply chain number field to get that calculation for those three stars. It's not just for the retailer that invited you into the program because we
It's
expect to have more retailers that join.
right. It's holistic, correct? It's
It's
like the entire.
holistic.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. If a grower does not use an FLC, does answering no satisfy the ethical recruitment star, or do they need to provide something else?
Great question. So if a grower does not work with FLCs, you select no for that star, and then that path B pop-up will happen. And those three documents that you're required, one of the three documents you're required to download, complete, and then upload into the platform. That's how you earn the star. So either you say yes and you go through the process of inviting an FLC, or when you say no, we're asking that you either complete that employer pays principal continuous improvement document, the document that we linked for Stronger Together, and then that third document for Verite. Just one of those. Complete
Right.
it and then upload it, and then you earn the ethical recruitment star if you don't work with FLCs.
We have three options. FLC is take that path, you use them. Path two is you have three different documents you can complete,
Yeah,
and you just have to pick one.
you just pick one.
Just one.
Just
No
one.
need to do three. Just one.
Yeah,
Just
just
one. Don't do extra work.
one. No, please don't. You can only upload one document, so don't.
Also that. Okay, great. This one is my favorite. This feels like a lot. And honestly, I'm overwhelmed and I feel like I'm behind already. Yeah, I get it. Gianna, help us.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. And that's a valid emotion and response to Engagement 3.0.
Yeah.
That's why the program is designed to meet you where you're at. So if you're not at that level yet and you're not ready to just breeze through the program and get 100% completion, we understand. There's no, like I mentioned before, there's no specific order to earn the stars. There's no specific order to complete the channels, the lab, or sorry, the learn, assess, benchmark. We encourage you to go in, do a little bit of work at a time, go back out, go back in throughout the year. And then obviously this also depends on requirements and directives from your retailers. But this is a yearly long process. This is a yearly long engagement and program. We're not expecting you to go in full force day one. We're encouraging you to go in periodically, answer questions, schedule meetings with your growers to educate them on how to earn their ethical recruitment star. We want you to engage as credibly as your organization can at this point in time. And then, as always, the support email is up there. Reach out to me or my team, and we can help lower the temperature, lower the anxiety, because we want you to engage credibly, and we don't want this to be an exercise in futility that will just make
Yeah.
you mad. That's not the point.
Yeah. And also, just a reminder on the leadership circle that if you don't make that October 1st deadline, or maybe you're not attending the global show in October, like let that pressure come off of you too. It's a rolling deadline to be included in the leadership circle throughout the entire year. So from October 2026 through October 2027. And every month we highlight new suppliers who enter the leadership circle. I think we had an average of like 5 new suppliers enter every month last year. So if that just is something that is too much, it's not, we will welcome you into the leadership circle anytime. So let that too just be like, you know what? We can't make October 1st. We're not even going to the global show. We'll let you in later. The rolling deadline. We'd rather have it credible than quick.
Yeah.
Okay, this one too. I just need help logging in. How do I get started?
Reach out to my team, support at ethicalcharterprogram.org. We're super fast. We will respond to you right away and help you get logged into the program. If you're a supplier, maybe double check with your retailers and make sure you're connected to the correct retailers. Then you can let us know. We can get you logged in, get you connected to your correct retailer so that they're able to view your data appropriately. Your grower, if you're a grower, again, you can reach out to us. We can help you get logged in. You might want to just double check with your supplier to make sure that they invited you and that you're connected correctly. We can help you with those connections on the back end as well. But ultimately, just reach out. Any questions that you have, if you just want to say hi, just reach out. We're here. We're available.
We love Gab.
We
Yeah.
do.
Um, Great. We're going to go over any other questions. We're going to go over any other questions first. But as always, I'm going to slowly begin to preview the next webinars as people put in their last questions because I hate it when we add the questions come in right as we shut off. So slowly, we have 2 webinars coming up. August 5th, we have ECIP office hours where we will just hold open space. If you're like, man, I really don't like emailing support, we're going to have 30 minutes where you can come in and we can do one-on-one troubleshooting. We can do general troubleshooting. Deanna can screen share. We can get in there. It's really just think of it as the days when you would go into your professor's office and be like, I need help. That's what we're going to do it on August 5th, 10 a.m. And then on August 12th, we're going to do the exact same thing, but it'll be Spanish. So it'll be focused more towards growers, and we will have Spanish support. Unfortunately, Deanna doesn't speak Spanish, but we will have a translator, and neither do I. So we will have a translator there to help us get through that. And so we're looking forward to seeing you at those 2 upcoming webinars. Share as needed, register with the QR codes, send the links to your growers or your colleagues, checking the chat, checking the Q&A. Oh man, 1 minute to spare. We did it, Deanna. 30 minutes.
That was
Yes,
pretty good.
pretty good. All right, everybody. Great to see you. Thanks for taking time out of your incredibly busy schedule to be with us today. And for all things Engagement 3.0, reach out as you need help, and we appreciate you. See you next time.